Hello, my friend. This is Clyde. Why should I be a Christian? Hebrews 9 verse 27 says, just as people are destined to die once and after that to face judgment. The truth is that you don't have to become a Christian. What I mean is, there is nothing that demands that you become a Christian. And what is a Christian anyway? For centuries, the word has been used to describe anyone who is a follower of Christ. So let us use a simple text to answer the question. The text speaks to us about our mortality. It says that every one of us is destined to die. What is death? It is the end of life as we know it. It is when each person comes to a point in their life when their heart stops beating, their brain stops functioning, and they stop breathing. Not necessarily in that order. Death can be caused by trauma, by sickness, by injury, by old age. Death is final. Well, kind of final, because the text clearly states that there is a judgment after death. What does that mean? If death is the end of life as we know it, then who experiences this judgment and how does that work? The Bible teaches that each person is a soul living in a body. That sounds strange, but the real person is not what people see. It is not the body that we can touch. The real person is invisible. When someone dies, that real person, the soul, is separated from the body. In reality, it is the body which dies, but the soul does not die. So the real you, the soul, is who goes on into facing the judgment. A judgment refers to a court that adjudicates on matters and becomes the final authority on the issue. There is a judge who makes the final ruling. In this case, the judge is God, and he is the judge that each of us will face. His ruling will be final. There will be no appeal or no defense. One has to bear in mind that there are two possible outcomes for each case. A positive outcome or an outcome that will be favorable for the person before the court. The case will be judged on one simple issue. What did you do with Jesus? Jesus is a central figure in the whole world. Jesus, who is the Son of God, was sent by his Father to die for the world, for each person. Remember now that we are not talking about the body, but the soul. So Jesus died to bring redemption to the soul. This redemption came about all the way back when the first humans, Adam and Eve, disobeyed God by eating the fruit that he told them not to eat of. And that caused a break in the relationship with Adam and God. That simple act of disobedience, my friend, has affected every human being who has ever been born, regardless. Every one of us was born not having a relationship with God. So God created a way to correct that. He sent Jesus to die so that the relationship between God and each human being can be restored. But God is so gracious. In the first instance, he gave Adam and Eve a choice. Eat the fruit and you will be in trouble with me, or if you do not eat the fruit, we will have a great relationship forever. They chose to eat the fruit. This time around, when he sent Jesus to die for us, again he gives us a choice. If you accept the gift of Jesus' death, then you would have reestablished your relationship with God. This is called the gift of eternal life. If you choose not to accept the gift of Jesus' death, then you will not have reestablished your relationship with God, and that is called eternal death. So now we come to death. And when we die, the window of opportunity to accept the gift of Jesus' death is closed forever. It means that no human can make that decision or that choice after they die. So after you die, you then face the judgment. I should say that God has simplified the process. If you accepted the gift of Jesus' death, your name is written down in a book that God has, that he calls the book of life. So, at judgment time, this is what God will do. He opens the book of life, and if your name is written in the book, then you will go to live in heaven forever, eternal life. Based on God's ruling, if your name is not found in the book of life, then it means that you did not choose the gift of Jesus' death while you were alive. And so God has no choice but to rule against you. And that ruling is not eternal life. That ruling is that you will be sent to hell with all the people who rejected the gift and with the devil, the one who caused all this problem in the first place. That is eternal death. It is living in a place called hell forever, a place of fire, and the fire never dies. So there you have it, my friend. Everyone will face that judgment, but no smart person wants to ever be in a fire forever, not for a minute, not forever. So the sensible thing to do is, while you are alive, that you accept the gift of Jesus' death and get your name written down in the book of life. That is the single evidence that God requires, and it only happens when you accept the gift. It is as simple as that, but it speaks volumes. You accept the gift while you are alive, and that means that you want to have and you will have a relationship with God. That, my friend, is why you should become a Christian. If you have not yet become a Christian and you are interested in doing so, you can contact me by email at friendofclyde@gmail.com. And if I hear from you, I will be in touch with you and to help you to make that decision to become a Christian.